Hello everybody, my name is Joey, and I'm going to be your DM for the upcoming D&D actual play show, Keep On Rolling. Something you'll have to understand about Ruund is that we did already play a full campaign that altered the face of the world a little bit, and so in order to get an understanding of what's happening and the situation going on politically in the world of Ruund, you'll have to have a baseline understanding of a few things, which is my goal with this set of introductory videos to the world. Now, in the following videos, we'll be exploring the campaign that occurred, but for today, we're just going to focus on the history and origin of the universe. Originally, the realms were not partitioned off as they are now. In the beginning, all of existence was just one single mass of energy. If there were any people at the time, traveling to what places would become other realms or effectively different universes would be as easy as any kind of space travel. It was this untapped potential that a being known just as the Originator saw when his work began. As a being of immense power, the Originator expanded his energy to engulf the chaos of existence, and once he had grasped all that existed, he brought it within himself. The power granted by this act is simply unknowable. All of the strength, all of the magical power, all of what existed and ever will exist became one in that moment. The Originator used this power to forge the universe as he saw fit, partitioning off an unknowable amount of realms, each with their own universal laws, populations, occasional minor gods, and whatever other differences you can imagine arose from within each of these distinctive realms. Truly, the Originator created templates, and what these realms would later become is a product of the countless years of completely unguided progress that they underwent after their initial creation. Shortly after the universe grew to fit the realm map of the modern day, the energy that the Originator absorbed within himself left him unstable. Even after using a massive amount of it to shape the realms to his liking, it still proved to be far too much power for any one being to contain. And so while he was handcrafting the world that would come to be known as Ruund, the Originator reached a breaking point, and all of the power he had collected suddenly burst out from every direction within him, destroying his body and leaving cracks in many of the barriers between realms. While the force from this original death spread the Originator's power to every corner of every realm, much of this lost power stayed stagnant in the immediate space surrounding Ruund. Small amounts of this power was absorbed within this planet, and as a result, Ruund became one of the most inherently magical worlds in all of the known realms. Over time, the stagnant energy localized in the space around Ruund solidified, consolidating into 9 distinct gods, known as the Aspects. Each of the Aspects represents a significant piece of the Originator's personality. For many years, the Aspects aided the mortals on Ruund as a combined effort to finish the Originator's final project. Early mortals would come to know the Aspects personally as they developed alongside the fractured forms of their creators. At the time, many of the mortals would celebrate and worship the Aspects, and while many of these traditions survive to the modern day, given how much time has passed, the exact memories of the gods that they were made to celebrate shifted, and a group of false gods were born from the erosion of these traditions' origin. It's gotten so bad that when you look at Ruund in the modern day, none of the Aspects' names are known to any individual or on any historical texts. While immensely powerful beings, by far the most strong creatures in the entirety of the realm map, the Aspects are substantially less powerful than simply dividing the Originator's power by 9, given how much energy was lost before their consolidation. None of the Aspects have enough power on their own to mold the realms as the Originator once could, but as the stories go, were one to absorb and defeat the others, it's certainly possible that they could gain that kind of power. As I mentioned before, each aspect represents a different personality or a different aspect of the Originator, and given that, as their energy within them solidified, the differences between them grew, leading them each to form their own view of how the realms should be. As these ambitions grew, the tensions between them rose. A union of forces this powerful is really never meant to last, and so, as with the original death, they had reached a breaking point. The Aspects agreed to leave Ruund out of the ensuing conflict, as a way to respect the final project of the Originator. And with that, they left Ruund for good. having been locked in an eternal war for dominance over all of reality to this day, ever since. Now, it's important to note that an aspect's power is directly related to the amount and to the quality of worlds that they control. By claiming a world as their own, they're able to siphon magical residue from each use of magic by the mortals within. Magic only exists within mortals as a result of the original death and the energy that was let off from it. While every single realm got a taste of the originator's power, those farther away from Ruund have less magical potential, and those closer to it have far more. Truly, magic is the originator's final gift to his mortals. Long ago, the aspect of regret hatched a scheme to take down the other 8. For fear of being eradicated, the rest of the aspects came to an agreement, deciding that, if but for a moment, there's one common enemy for them to rally against. In a swift motion, all as one, they mobilized, striking down regret with their overwhelming force. Although an aspect can't be killed, their power can be siphoned and redistributed amongst the others. After his defeat, regret was left small and weak compared to his counterparts, and it was all that he could do to leap once more and escape to another realm. The modern pantheon of gods all found their way to Ruund from other realms, each one of them having been defeated in battle by one of the aspects for control of their home realm. As revenge for wresting their extraplanar territories, they met one another in Ruund, and they plotted to wrest control of the sacred world while the aspects were busy with their war, scrubbing the original names of the aspects from history as they each took up the identity of one of the aspects, forming the modern pantheon. As for Ruund, the planet was left teeming with energy from the original death, leading to every individual having intense magical potential within them. Ruund flourishes as a world of diverse mortals and monsters alike. Islands litter the face of the planet, each distinct with its own culture, wildlife, and geography. The earliest event in Ruund's recorded history sees 4 powerful rulers who had the power to destroy each other and the world itself, but they banded together to seal their magical power into their respective weapons, creating the Shards of Heroes, and then combining them into one Mantle of Heroes, the most concentrated magical artifact on Ruund. They formed the world government and marked the first year on its first ever calendar. The people of Ruund struggle. They fight, they kill, they survive. As thieves and murderers are born, so too are good-hearted citizens and giving neighbors. As corrupt politicians take power and terrible monsters terrorize the population, heroes rise up to meet them. If there's one thing that you should know about Ruund, it's that no matter the horror, no matter the evil, no matter the cost, there exists at least one band of heroes that won't stand idly by. For Ruund is the final project. Ruund is the incomplete masterpiece of the universal architect. Ruund is where our story takes place. So come with me, and let me be your guide as I take you through the world of Ruund.